Hello everyone, hello Miss Desi. I am Berlie with complete name Berlina Mutiara and I'm from English Department Class B Batch 24. So in this video, we will learn about morphology. There's a lot of things in morphology that we will discuss in this video. So let's learn with me. Morphology is the structure of words. In morphology, we have morpheme and words. What is morpheme? So, morpheme is the smallest units in linguistics that conveys meaning regularly across the words. And what about words? So, words can consist one or more morphemes. For example, if we want to say cat in plural, we need to add s after the word cat, so it becomes cats. Cat, we call it word, and then as, we call it morpheme. So, morpheme can be root or affix. Affix consists of prefix and suffix. Prefix is before the root, and then suffix is after the root. What is root? Well, I can say it in a simple one. Root is the basic word. Well, I will just give you some example. The word of unexpected. Un, that we call it prefix before the root. And then expect, we call it root because actually the basic word. And then eat, we call it suffix after the root. Are you guys understand? Let's move to the next section. Alright, morpheme can be free or bond. What is free morpheme? Free morpheme is a word that can stand alone in the sentence, or I can say it's independent sentence. Independent word. And what about bond morpheme? Bond morpheme is the words that cannot stand alone in the sentence. Alright, I will just give you some example. For example, like what I said before, unexpected. We call it bond because that word cannot stand alone in the sentence or in a word. Because what kind of word on? And then expect, that we call it free morpheme because the word can stand alone in the sentence. And then eat, also we call it bond because I think there's cannot stand alone in one sentence. Okay, do you guys get it about my explanation? So I think we just next to move to the next section. Inborn morpheme can affect to the process of derivation and inflection. What is two of this? So we will discuss about the derivation first. Derivation, when we put the bond morpheme to the free morpheme and then actually it change the classes of the words. For example, when we want to say work, work is actually verb, right, in the classes of the words. And then what if we put able? So it become the suffix, suffix, and then actually bond. Able is bond. So it become workable. Workable. So if we check in the camus, it become adjective. So that's the meaning of change the classes of the word. And then what about inflection? Inflection is actually a bond morpheme that not change the class of the word. Well, I just can say read. Read, it actually verb, right? And then if we put ink, the bond morpheme, if we put ink, it become reading, and then it still become verb. So does not change the classes of the word. Okay? Do you guys understand? Good job. Right. Next, we will discuss about morphology process. There have 8 process in morphology. Yeah, there's a lot of things. The first, we will discuss about affixation. Affixation, when we put or add some bond morpheme in the root words. For example, like what I said before, if we want to say cat in plural, so it become cats. Cat, It actually the root word, and then as is a bone morpheme. So what's the meaning of affixation? And in the second one, we have compounding. It actually combining two or more morpheme that can make a new word. For example, tooth and then brush. If we combine them, it becomes toothbrush. Okay, do you guys get it? Okay, let's move to the third one is reduplication. It actually repeating all of part of words that can make a new word. For example, like zigzag or like bye bye. So it actually make new words. Okay, and then the fourth we have derivation, or we can say it like zero derivation. I'm sorry, actually it's actually conversion, or we can say zero derivation, where we want to change the classes of the word without using any bound morpheme. For example, run, the verb, it actually verb, right? And then it can be noun if we want to say like run. It actually my favorite sport, or we can say it like that. So it run become none. Okay, are you guys get it? Okay, next we move to the fifth one. It actually clipping. It actually shortening the words by by deleting a part of it. For example, like telephone, and then we like cut the tele, so it become phone, or advertism, so it actually become ad, and then advertism we cut over that, something like that. Okay, do you guys understand? Okay. And then the next we have blending. Blending is actually combine two or more words. So, well, I will just give some sample. If you want to say like breakfast plus lunch, so if we blending that, so if it become brunch. Okay. Alright, next we have acronym and initialism. Well, acronym is actually words that formed by initial letters that we pronounce by words. For example, NASA. We can pronounce that like words, right? And then what about initialism? Initialism is the same, like format, a word that formed by initial letters, but we pronounce like separately. For example, like FBI or like PPI or something like that. Okay? For the last one, we have suppletion. Suppletion is actually the irregular words that created by another roots. For example, like go, it's actually present, and then it actually regular words, right? If we change become the past, so it become when. Okay, something like that. Are you guys understand like about all my explanation? Well, good job guys. For the end of this video, I want to say I'm sorry about a lot of my mistakes in this video because I'm still learning, so that's why I'm here. And then hope you enjoy about my video. So I want to say thank you for your attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, actually I'm not saying assalamualaikum, but yeah, goodbye guys.